Ladies and gentlemen, it's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. And what a game for your San Francisco 49ers as they get a huge bounce back performance. They look like themselves in this game. I mean, the offense was absolutely cooking the 49ers with 38 points in a 38-13 victory versus the Chicago Bears. And look, this was a phenomenal game. With the way that the last 2 weeks had gone, getting blown out against the Green Bay Packers and Buffalo Bills, you wanted to see this 49ers team put a great game together against the team that on paper they should be, but the way that they beat them, look, it was terrific to see them beat this Bears team in this way. And when you look at the season, it does look unlikely that the Niners will get to the playoffs, being that you would have to win out and probably get help. You would have to hope that Seattle would lose 3 out of their final 4 games. So look, the path to a playoff spot is unlikely, but at the end of the day, this Niners team, you want to play a good game and go out there, compete, and so you feel really good about this win. And look, if you win out, you would still potentially have a chance. You would be 10-7. So right now it's about getting healthy and putting together a great game out there. Welcome in, everyone, to the San Francisco 49ers post-game show. Glad you could join us tonight. And I say tonight because now getting dark early now. But this afternoon, this game, I mean, the Niners, they dominated this game, and you really like to see that. What's going on, Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights? What's going on, AM Echo Sky? It's been weeks after a 3-game losing streak. Appreciate that. Good to see you out there. Apologize I haven't been as frequent. I've been pretty busy at work and staying busy, so appreciate the support, everyone, and excited to be here breaking down a huge win by the San Francisco 49ers and really to save their season. I mean, you do have to win out, and you're going to compete until the very end. But in the case that when you look at how the rest of the season plays out, you would like to get a decent first round draft pick. Obviously, you're not going to flat out tank. I mean, that's never really something that I think is ever a good idea, usually in that case. But you want to compete out there. You're still in it right now, and you never know what can happen. Right now you're 1 game behind the Rams. You play them on Thursday, so you can pretty much get even with them by beating them on Thursday. And then Seattle, they do have to play the Packers and Vikings coming up, and they do still have to play the Rams. So, I mean, you look at Seattle, they still, there is a chance that they could end up losing some of those games, a lot of them. So, yeah, you never know what can happen. If you win out and the Seahawks lose against the Packers, Vikings, and Rams, the Niners would be they'd be 10-7. Seattle would be 9-8, as they're currently 8-5. So that's where winning out gives you the best chance, because if you lose to Detroit, hypothetically, but you win all your other games, you would need Seattle to lose their final 4 remaining games, and they do play at Chicago, so that is almost likely a win for Seattle in that sense. What's going on, Shambi? Good to see you. Good to see you, Anju, in the house. Went to the game. That's what's up. That is what's up. That really bummed that my Chicago Bears lost, but I think the 49ers have a chance at running the table and making a deep playoff run with a bit of luck down the stretch. Appreciate that, Anju. It means a lot. I hope you had a great time at the game. Definitely would have went. Was trying to hopefully go to the game potentially today, but ended up having to. I ended up working today, so was unable to make it out to Levi Stadium for the game. Thankfully, I did get off work in time to catch the game on TV. So I mean, I really enjoyed watching. Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, for the 49ers, I mean, this year has been rough, obviously, with all of the injuries. This Niners team could very well go on that deep playoff run. I mean, in 2021, we were 3-5, went 7-2 in the final 9 games to finish 10-7 as a wild card. Although, look, 10-7 might not be enough to get into the playoffs because you do have Washington at 8-5 right now in the wild card. But look, right now, again, the Niners are going to need a little bit of help down the stretch, and the Niners are going to have to win out. So, you do like the opportunity you have at that. If you continue to win, you can potentially have a chance to get into the playoffs. And if you can be healthy, I mean, when Nick Bosa comes back, Trent Williams, the return of Dre Greenlaw he is going to return on Thursday, likely against the Rams. So there is a very likely chance that this Niners team can get healthy at the right time. So look, I would not say that this season is over, and unfortunately today, with Seattle winning and the Rams winning, you didn't get the outcomes in that sense that you were hoping for. And look, but it's not over, and we'll see what happens on Thursday. Of course, if you lose Thursday, at this point, you got to win out very likely. So it is a huge game, and with blowing these division leads against division opponents in the fourth quarter, you're hoping that you can put it together a great game out there. 49ers played well today. The play calling is all right, but I'm not a fan of Nick Sorensen as a defensive coordinator. I'm with you, AM Echo Sky. I'm not the biggest fan of Nick Sorensen, and I do think the Niners will likely, hopefully they end up switching defensive coordinators in the offseason. But the unfortunate thing is that every year we are constantly changing defensive coordinators. I think this is our fifth in like the last 6 years or something, or fifth in 5 years. Just something ridiculous. I mean, every time we do end up having a really good defensive coordinator, when you see guys like Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryans, these guys get head coaching jobs, and then we're left with not having someone that maybe could get the best out of our players. Which, look, when you have the kind of star talent that we have on this defense, we've had some injuries, but you definitely are. It's just so weird to see a Niners defense that is not strong at the defensive line, where, I mean, for so many years, nobody wanted to run the football against us, and our defensive line, right from the get-go, you're putting pressure on the offense there with the defensive line being as strong as it's always been. And right now, teams are just running all over the Niners, and you did see the Bears get the running game going in the second half of this game. So with the Bears, they didn't really run the ball a lot in the first quarter. I mean, the first half. But in the second half, they started mixing the run and pass. That got them going. They got some momentum, got a big touchdown, and then got another. They did get another touchdown, and even were on their way to getting another touchdown. But thankfully, the 49ers did get a big turnover, the fumble recovery. And look, you're just really excited about how well the San Francisco 49ers played in this game. Just absolutely terrific out there. And we got to build on it. It is going to be a tough battle against the division rival LA Rams. Appreciate the support, Anju. Again, big shout out to you. Again, just so awesome that you got to be at the game today. And look, the Bears, they do got a bright future, I think, with Caleb Williams. I was really impressed with what he did on those drives and, what he's been able to do this year. A lot of just it's been a wild season for the Bears. But look, they have been losing for a long time, and you hope that right now with a guy like Caleb Williams, that you can start putting some pieces together around him, and for the Bears that they will be able to get back to, being a playoff contender. Because football is definitely, to see the Chicago Bears, if they can get back to their winning ways, it definitely would be great for football, with the Bears having just been losing for many years. A long time. And, of course, going through a carousel of quarterbacks in the league. So it is... defense played well to contain, Caleb Williams. I definitely think, the pressure we put, and, making him feel uncomfortable. Defense stepped up big today. You do feel good seeing the defense hold this, this potentially explosive Bears offense to just 13 points. And, with the way Caleb Williams on a couple of those drives, touchdown drives, the way he was carving up the defense. The Niners defense responded. They made big plays in this game. And this is a building game, and you hope that you take this momentum into Thursday night football, taking on the division rival LA Rams. Really excited for the next game coming up. Player of the game, I thought the Bears are making a second half comeback run, but they don't have enough power to finishing off. They decided to surrender the game. They look like ultimately, when they came out there in the second half, got that first touchdown on that very long, I believe 8 to 9 minute drive. They really tired out the 49ers defense, and then you saw that they got a big stop on defense. The Niners only possessed the ball for about like a minute, and the Bears offense was getting the football back. They drove down the field, got into 49ers territory at around the 30-yard line, but a huge turnover, the fumble from Caleb Williams, and the San Francisco 49ers recover the football. And at that point, that was able to halt the momentum the Chicago Bears had going. And from there, the Niners, they put together another touchdown drive, essentially sealed the game away. And look, this is what you got to do. You got to not let your opponent have any thought that they are going to make a run here. So when the Bears did come out strong in the second half, and you are going to expect a response like that when you went into halftime at 24 to nothing. So look for the Niners to have an answer to the Bears' response. A lot of good things from this game, and with this Niners team getting healthy, when they can get these guys back, Trent Williams, Nick Bosa, you got Dre Greenlaw likely to return on Thursday night football against the LA Rams. It's going to be a fun one. Player of the game taking AM Echo Sky, taking Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and Yetur Gross-Matos. Yetur Gross-Matos, I mean, what an incredible job he is doing. The fifth-year player. Really, you are seeing the hustle from Matos and Gross-Matos, and it's just been incredible to watch. Really fun to watch out there. Leonard Floyd had 2 sacks in the game today, and he is now the 49ers sack leader. And with Nick Bosa, of course, he unfortunately has missed the last 3 games. When Nick Bosa is able to return, you definitely are likely to see that competition for the team lead in sacks. Should be very fun to watch with Floyd and Nick Bosa. Huge win, San Francisco 49ers, as they destroy the Chicago Bears 38-13. A dominating victory for the San Francisco 49ers. And I mean, this is how you get it done out there. Isaac Guerrero, I mean, what an incredible job he did out there today. I mean, running the football and even showing, I mean, what probably many people didn't know that he could do. Being a receiver, making catches out there in the receiving game. He had 78 rushing yards on 15 attempts and had 2 big receptions for 50 yards. So I mean, you're seeing a little bit about of what Christian McCaffrey does out there running and in the receiving game. So this kid, I mean, Guerrero, you love how hard he works out there, and for him to put it on display today in both the running game and the receiving game, I mean, it was excellent to watch out there. So that is what you can see out there when this offense is getting it going. Absolutely explosive. And for my pick of the game, taking Isaac Guerrero. I mean, what a sensational performance. Brock Purdy, amazing performance. 325 passing yards, completing 20 of 25 passes with 2 passing touchdowns in the game to Jawan Jennings, and big time clutch Jawan Jennings continues to get it done with big games out there. He had 90 yards receiving on 7 catches and 2 touchdowns in the game. George Kittle, 6 catches for 151 yards. I mean, just incredible. And the San Francisco 49ers get the huge win, 38-13 over the Chicago Bears. Let's hit that like button, everyone. Appreciate the support. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Take care, and let's go, San Francisco.